any band would be good at ensuring the child slaves producing their plastic idols work as fast as Sonic, it would be DEVO. And they clearly have been whipping their child slaves into shape, because they've produced a whole host of toys, from action figures to toothbrushes. DEVO really does know how to sell out, and sell out good. I'll start off by talking about the normal stuff. Since DEVO are known for their classic iconic costumes they've worn through the different eras, it only made sense that they would eventually receive an action figure. But you'd be surprised by just how many different figures they received. The first one we got was all the way back in 2005 by NECA. It's the modern standard of 6 inches, but you might notice that it comes with 5 different heads. And that's because to build the band, you need to buy 5 of the same figure and just swap the heads, similar to the Marvel Legends Stepford Cuckoos. However, NECA would eventually release a 5-pack that came with a body for each head, as well as an autographed poster, and these 5-packs go for like hundreds of dollars nowadays. Each of these figures came with an energy whip as well as a whip. An energy dome as well as a whip. Later on, Super 7 would acquire the license to produce DEVO action figures, and they've been routinely adding more to the line ever since. The first figure we got was Mark in his classic iconic Whip-It outfit, followed by Bob 2 in the Satisfaction outfit, same as the NECA figures. Wave 3 would be the most unique of any of the DEVO figures, being Gerald Castle in his traditionalist outfits. And finally, the last wave would be Bob 1 from the Girl You Want music video. Now, very quickly, I'll go over what Funko has produced for DEVO, because you guys know I don't like them. They've produced 2 Funko Pops, as well as a Funko Soda based on DEVO, with a glow-in-the-dark chase. As I always say, with Funko, these are just okay, but there's just much better available, and they're not even that rare, at least the Super 7 figures. From here on out, we'll be covering the weird side of DEVO merch. DEVO's a weird band, with weird ideas, and that's certainly bled through into the merch. First up is this rubber duck dressed as Mark, complete with an energy dome and whip. There's not much to say here, it's really just a duck. It's a cool duck, it's still just a duck. Continuing with the bathroom theme, DEVO has an officially licensed toothbrush. This Tooth brush was one of a number of singing toothbrushes released in the early 2000s, but this one holds the distinction of being the best, featuring art of the band on the back and playing a version of Whip It called Brush It. I'd love to own this thing, it's just so strange. I really wish more bands got one of these, like imagine brushing your teeth listening to Elliott Smith. The final DEVO product we'll be covering is definitely the most bizarre. I didn't even know this thing existed until I was pulling up pictures for this video and stumbled across it. This is a McDonald's toy that was officially licensed and produced for DEVO. Or so it would seem, because this isn't actually licensed at all. You may have noticed the American Idol branding plastered on this, and that's because this guy called New Wave Nigel was actually part of a Happy Meal toy line made to advertise American Idol. So McDonald's simply took DEVO's classic iconic energy dome and style and just ripped it off. Now, this little toy would end up causing DEVO to launch an official lawsuit against McDonald's, with Gerard Castle adding, "They didn't ask us anything, plus we don't like McDonald's, we don't like American Idol, so we're doubly offended." Now, I personally love McDonald's, I'm a grimace-pilled Officer Big Mac Maxer, so, I'd love a Nirvana Happy Meal or something, but I do hate American Idol, so I get where they're coming from. Still though, I'd love to own this, just because of the interesting story behind it. It's just not something you see every day, it's weird, it's ugly, but it's still cool, and that's kind of what DEVO is in general. DEVO's a weird band, far weirder than most people realize, but nonetheless, they've made so many classic iconic songs that'll ensure they stay in the public eye for years to come, meaning Super 7 will most likely continue to produce figures of the band, because when McDonald's starts putting you in Happy Meals, you know you've made it.